Hey up folks, so we're back in the garden and we're going to have a look at this 3FUL Taiji two-person tent today. So before I get it set up, I just wanted to show you the pack size because it is pretty big. It's 45 by 16 centimetres. Might be an issue for some, but not for me, because as I keep saying, I pack my tent separately in my rucksack with the poles separate to the tent inner so that I can compress it down. But we're going to get this set up and take a good look at it, go through the specs and look at all the details. I was sent this from James at Camperlist to take a look at, so I haven't paid for it, but I am free to give an honest review and my honest opinion on it as always. And in terms of price, it's available with a 3-season inner and a 4-season inner. I think this is the 3, but we'll have a look when we get into it. It's £152 for the 3-season and £159 with the 4-season inner. And as with all their other tents, it's about £10 delivery. It'll come within a week with no extra fees or taxes to pay. So let's have a look. Okay, so we've got the inner and outer tent already connected there. We've got the poles, so not a massive width on those. They'll easily fit into any rucksack. Got a footprint in there that came with it, and then a bag of pegs. Let's have a look at them. I'm guessing they're the usual suspects that you get from 3FUL. So you might want to replace them, might be okay with them. Got a couple of guy lines in there and a spare one of these plastic clips that clip to the poles. And then a bit of repair patch and a pole repair sleeve as well. I think I'll probably skip the footprint today and we'll just jump straight in. So I'm just going to loosely peg out the corners, and each one's got one of these adjustable buckles on it, so you can peg it and then pull that to tighten it afterwards. So you'll see I've gone for it in this khaki colour, but you can get it in green and grey as well. But I really like this colour. The materials are 15D sil nylon. It's the same stuff that they used to make the Lanshan 1 and Lanshan 2 tents. It's really lightweight and really strong. Right, let's get the poles out. Just 2 poles that cross in the middle, and I'm assuming they're both exactly the same. And there is a short pole as well. I'm assuming that's to give it some width crossways. So there's a plastic clip right in the middle here. The poles go into, and that's the kind of top or the apex of the tent. It is plastic, so something to keep in mind, because it might be an issue for some people. It's not for me because I'm not camping on top of mountains or anything like that, but just keep that in mind. So we clip that in first, and then we can put poles in. At this point it is freestanding because I've not pegged the doors out yet. So you're free to move that around to wherever you want. There's an arm here to hold that open for some ventilation. And one on this side as well. So I think that short pole goes just over the top like that. It seems to do that on the picture on the instruction, so that's what I've done. Makes it really quite taut, and it's just a case of pegging the doors out. I've just put 2 pegs in on each side because I'm just testing it, but actually you could just put both on one peg like that if you wanted to. Yeah, that's it. Fully set up. I've not put any guy lines on, just because I'm in the garden, but you've got points here on the poles to attach guy lines. With the poles being on the outside, you could add as many as you wanted, really. So that's it, roughly set up. Only took about 5 minutes because the inner and outers all together. Holes are all on the outside. And just dead easy to clip on. There's another loop there. I'm not sure if that's for a guy line or for holding the door. but we'll have a look in a minute. Forgot to say as well, the pack weight for this is 1.8 kilos, so not bad at all. I did say the materials are 15D sil nylon that 3FUL use. The footprint and the bottom of the tent's 20D, and the tent itself has got a 5,000mm hydrostatic head. Let's jump in and have a look. Ah yeah, so we've got a piece of elastic here that holds the door up, and that's what that loop's for. And then on this side, it's just one of the toggles. YKK zips as well. So in terms of sizing here, it's pretty similar to the Lanshan 2. It's 5cm shorter, but 5cm wider, so the area is the same. It's just a bit more square, whereas the Lanshan 2 is a bit more rectangular. The height is 120cm, more than enough. I'm 5. Let me get to the middle. Oh. I'm 5'11", I've got a good hand's width between the top of my head and the roof. Got a hook up there for hanging a lantern or anything else you want to hang. We've got doors on both sides as well, so I've just got this side fully open. And then you've got the exact same door on this side as well, with twin zips on there, so you can just open the top if you wanted to, if you wanted to look out or let some air in. But this inner is the 3-season one. It's pretty much all mesh, other than the bottom and the bathtub. The only thing that's lacking that again might bother some people is storage space. So you've got a tiny little pocket here that's probably big enough for a phone, and that's about it. But I never use the pockets anyway, just pointing it out in case you care about it. I've just seen as well from the inside, you've got an extra peg point here if you want to pull the centre of each end out. So yeah, inside there it feels very much like a Lanshan 2. The size is very similar, the materials are the same. I really like this colour and the materials and the weight of the tent as well. I didn't really get on with the Lanshan 2 because I don't use trekking poles for walking, so I was taking them just for the tent. If you don't use trekking poles, this is a good alternative. It's still lightweight. The benefit with this is it's freestanding, so I'll be taking this out on my next wild camp for a proper test. If you've got any questions or if I've missed anything, drop them below. Subscribe to the channel if you want to see that wild camp and the full test on this, and I'll catch you in the next one. Right, so that's it all packed up and recompressed. I've just messaged a couple of people to see if I can get hold of a 4-season inner to take a look at, because I've not seen anywhere where you can buy the inner on its own, and obviously I don't want to buy another full tent. But if I can get one, I'll take that when I go out as well, and we'll have a look at that.